why we only did 3 to 4 days out of the 10 days that we're there. Hey everybody, this is Eric and Anita, and this is a Lopesan Honest Review. And go. Hey everybody, welcome to our channel. This is our honest review of Lopesan. We wanted to do a review because
we wanted to give our true unpaid review, because before we went, we did our due diligence and looked at a lot of reviews from what appears to be paid reviewers who kind of gave us some misleading information. So we're here to tell you the truth. Let's get into it.
Needless to say, we still went, and we split it up in 2 resorts. So we stayed at Lopesan, which taking a risk because you had influencers or whatever, people that make money off of YouTube. They said that it was really good and it was their like top 5 or top 3 or whatever. But then we read reviews and saw some reviews online. There's only a couple YouTube videos where people got sick and they hated the stay. We split it in 2. We went to Lopesan first. We're there about 3 to 4 days. So we have 7 things that we want to go over. We broke it up into 7 categories, breaking it down on the stay and to give you an honest, truthful review of Lopesan. So the first one's location. I gave this one an 8 out of 10. It was 30 minutes from the airport. It wasn't too bad of a drive. We did use a shuttle. I ordered the shuttle or booked the shuttle prior to going, and it was through Nexus Tours, and I'll go ahead and put the website here or down below. It was $30 or $32. We did the private one. I thought it was kind of hectic when you get out the airport because you kind of don't know what you're doing, and it doesn't look like a real airport, but it's nice. And you end up in this spot
where it's like hectic. Like you get out there and there's like 100 people, and everybody's like just all over the place.
So luckily Nexus was a big brand there, and we were able to see them right when we got out to the last place that you could get to. Nice people, nice guys. They took us to our shuttle. What are your thoughts on location?
I agree with what you said. I have nothing to add.
Next is going to be aesthetics. Aesthetics, I gave it 10 out of 10 because I don't think it could get any better. It was most beautiful resort I've ever seen. Whoever designed it went all out. It seemed like, and not that everything was in gold or anything like that. It was just whatever they wanted it to look like, it freaking looked like that. And it looked really nice. Every detail, everywhere you look, from ceiling fans to ceilings to floors to how everything just worked together. I mean, they used water for everything and it worked. The layout was awesome. The design was awesome. I could not do it any better than they did, and I don't think anybody could.
I agree with what it looked like, and I think one thing that was really important to us when we were looking at the different resorts was that it looked clean and modern, not the old wood kind of gaudy look. And I think this was by far one of the best places that we've been to. Both the hotel, the beach setup, all the activities, and I mean, the lights on the palm trees, they really went on what it looks like. And my hubby even made a statement about a place that I love, Hawaii. And he said, what?
This place is nicer than Hawaii. I mean, and I'm not just talking the buildings, because the buildings in Hawaii, they're not nice looking either at all, really. There might be 1 or 2, but most of them are old. This one was like maybe 4 years old. And so it looked awesome. This place was so Instagrammy, so like, what do you say? Like photogenic. The whole place was super photogenic.
Picture perfect. If you want the perfect picture to brag about and have the perfect backdrop, excellent scenery, you can't say anything negative about this place on that. This is the place to go.
Yeah, super nice, like beautiful. So I give that 10 out of 10 for aesthetics. So we'll go into the rooms. The rooms were nice and modern, just like everything else. They had a mini fridge in there. There was a stocked fridge. This was an all-inclusive. I don't know if I said it was an adult only. It's not an adult only, but there is adult only areas. We did pay for the unique package or service or whatever. We got orange bracelets instead. We had our own place to eat and stuff like that. And I think they had our rooms in an area that was a unique area.
Yes.
Which was near the unique restaurant, or not restaurant, buffet outside restaurant.
So they have adult only packages, and then they have unique packages, which is their top of the line. But keep in mind that the unique packages are not adult only. So kids can be in the unique area. Kids cannot be in the adults only area, and they are separate. And we'll get into the buffet for unique in a bit. But definitely note, again, there's an adult only and then there's unique, but kids are allowed in unique. Yeah.
And so a tip is when you walk in through the front doors and you're all amazed and how great it looks, and you are unique, don't go to the right where everybody else is checking in, because you have your own section, which I don't even know if they tell you or not. We kind of had to figure it out. Mm-hmm. So you actually make a left, go through a set of double doors, and then make another left, and then it's on your right-hand side through some automatic glass doors, and then it says unique on it, and it's like 2 people sitting down at a desk in like a lounge area. Super nice, upscale-y looking. It was kind of like bohemian decorated in there. But it was a nice area, air-conditioned, and you sit down there, and that's how you check in for unique. And then they come get your bags. We left our bags in the front. No, we didn't leave our bags in the front because we didn't trust nobody. We took our bags with us and then they said, okay, somebody's gonna come get your bags and take it up to your room. And then that's when we got our concierge, and that's what he is, right?
Yeah.
So it was a concierge guy, and he was kind of our guy for our entire stay, which I'll give you some tips on that later on the service. So stocked fridge. They had Presidente, I think it's Presidente beer was there. Yeah, so they had beer there, local beer, waters, sodas, like Coke, Sprite. They had candy also, not in the refrigerator, but stocked on top, like M&Ms, and like some weird other apple chips and stuff like that. But they had M&Ms, and they had like normal-ish. Oh, Pringles. Was that the place that had Pringles?
No.
That was the other one? Okay. So they had M&Ms for sure.
They had M&Ms for sure.
And if you ate them, they restock them.
Yeah. That's where they also welcomed us with the 2 bottles of rum.
They have an espresso machine, huge balcony. There is an air conditioner in there. There was bad reviews on air conditioning in the room. I would like to dispel that and say that our air conditioner worked great. It was on the whole time. I think people said when you leave, it turns off, but I don't know how they know that you left. I didn't see no sensors, or you don't put your key anywhere because there's no key. It's a wristband.
No, ours didn't turn off. The only time it did turn off is whenever we opened the sliding door for the balcony. Then it would automatically shut off. But when we left, it didn't turn off, and we found that it got really cold for us. So I don't know if it's people from Canada or something saying it wasn't cold enough for them, but we're from Southern California, and it was plenty cold enough for us.
It was really cold. And I can't say for sure that it turned off because I didn't witness it turn off when the windows open, when you opened up the sliding door. But so, when you open up the sliding door and you leave it open too long, everything fogs up, and then everything gets wet. And then that leads me into the smell of the room. So a lot of people put on their reviews that the room smelled like mold. I don't know if it was mold or not. Anita has her own opinion. And
it was mold.
And it's valid. Her opinion is valid.
Thank you, my love.
I'm not an expert on mold, by any stretch of the means. I could have thought it was like an air freshener that had like a moldy scent or something. I don't know.
No, they were trying to cover up the mold with some kind of air freshener, but there was no covering up that mold. It was strong.
I didn't see mold anywhere except by the refrigerator because the refrigerator leaked a little bit, but that's it. Like, I don't understand how the whole place could smell like mold. Or it could be what they use to mop the floor. We don't know. But I do use a CPAP machine. It's not the sexiest thing in the world. But
Sexy to me.
I use a CPAP machine. And that smell didn't get out of my mask. And I washed it until probably a week and a half after we got back from our trip.
Because it was moldy.
And I changed my filter and everything, and it kept smelling like that. So I don't know what it was, but I'll say this: it had a scent. Did it bother me that much? For me, I don't get bothered by smells that much unless it's like disgusting. It didn't bother me that as much.
Oh yeah, there was at least one for sure, but I want to say two. We'll just err on the side of grace. There was one night for sure where I could not sleep because the stench of the room, I guess it wouldn't let my brain relax, and it was so offensive that it would wake me up and not let me sleep. So to me, it wasn't a smell, it was a legitimate, very, very strong odor.
She doesn't sleep with the CPAP, so it was probably worse for her. I don't. So again, it depends on how much you can handle a scent that could be mold. I don't know. All right, we'll go on to the bathroom. There's not a lot of privacy. There's like a glass door, but like there's space on the top. Like, you hear everything in there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you hear everything in there. So it's like, and there's no doors or walls that block you from the main part of the room. So if you're a shy restroom goer and sounds, you're not going to block any sounds in there. Like, you will hear everything that goes on in there.
If you are a new couple and this is your first time going away together, don't book this room. You will get to know each other on a very intimate level very quickly.
Yeah.
If you guys are okay with it, good. But if you're a new couple who may be a little bit shyer, I wouldn't have wanted that for our first night together.
No, I mean, but we're different.
It's okay.
When we were dating,
past it.
I would go to the gym to go to the restroom. So that's just us. If you guys are comfortable enough with your guys' movements, cool. All right, if you got through all that with us, God bless you. And we're going to get along just fine. So that's it about the rooms. I give the rooms a 7 out of 10 because, and that's me being nice. It's nice because it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. It takes 3 points away for the smell. For you?
Yeah, because
What's your score?
I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to be nice, but I'm going to go lower. I'm going to give it a 5.5 because it was very nice. It had everything you needed, but as I felt that it was dirty because of the mold and because everything tended to be wet. Even the floor. You could see your own footsteps when you're walking on the tile.
Segue that into amenities. So amenities, I'm going to go 9 out of 10 because there's pretty much everything there. You had in the Boulevard, you had the coffee shop, the gym, you had shops, you had a sports bar, you had an outside concert area, you had the theater, you had a club that no one was at. Not that I was there, but we went there. I don't think there wasn't a lot of people there, but we're there on down season. We're there in September.
Yes, the first week of September.
First week of September. And then there's an ice cream shop out there by the water park. It's gross. It just had a scent too.
No,
it smelled gross. She thinks it smelled like sewer.
Yes, it smelled like a porta potty. We went all the way to the ends of the earth to walk over there to find it, which took forever. And when we got there, we couldn't get over the stench, so we left because we did not want to get sick.
So without being mean, we just didn't like the ice cream shop. Then there's the water park.
Yeah, that looked neat.
The water park looked cool. It's kind of weird because it's kind of like misplaced.
Yeah.
Just like out and about, like at the end of everything. And it's just like, then you got to trek all the way back.
Like,
And-
there's no way, even if you have younger teens, like 10, 11, I don't think you're going to let them trek the whole way by themselves because it was at the total end of the complex. You
Yeah.
couldn't go further.
Yeah, super far. The place is huge. I guess is a good time to say that this is a walking place. Like, this is a place you need to have good feet, or I guess if you have like a scooter. I didn't think about that.
Well, if they have a scooter, there's places that you can't get down because of the stairs.
No, but there's elevators.
The elevator went down to the shop level because I thought it took us to a certain part and then you had to walk down the stairs.
I don't know for sure, but this is definitely a place where you're using your own legs. Like, everything's far.
Yeah, I took flip-flops and I regretted it. There was times where we couldn't do everything we wanted to do because I just had to go back to the room and rest my legs. If you're heavier, if you have mobility issues, you're going to be walking miles a day because during the day, all the activities are either at the beach or on the right side of the complex. And then in the evening, everything's to the complete opposite and everything is so far apart from each other. So you definitely need sneakers. And it's not for the faint of heart. You will be getting your exercise every single day.
Yeah, you're getting your steps in for sure. So, like, you have, just to give you kind of a rundown of the area, if you haven't seen the map, maybe I could put a map here. But it is a big U shape for the rooms. And then in front of that open part of the U, you have that whole beach area, which is beautiful. And then you have pools that are kind of spread out, but they're all down the middle. So if you're going to the pool, it's not too much. I don't think the beach and pool area are much of a walk because you're going to walk and get there. But it's going to be more if you want to hit the boulevard or if you want to get back to anything in the front of the property. It's just, everything's just far. And that kind of goes into that boulevard. Everybody talks about the boulevard. Everybody was a little bit lost when they got, everybody's like, where's the boulevard at? Because it sounds kind of weird. Because there's a casino, so you think it's like this big old street because it's called the boulevard. You'd imagine it's like it's on the street front, and but it's not. It's nice, but it's far. It's towards the very front of the building. So the boulevard area is to the front left side if you're staring at it. So you have to go down some stairs, like down. And because the whole lobby area when you get there is like elevated and everything else is down. So you go all the way that way, and then it's a decent trip of just stores. So there's a lot, like you really don't have to go anywhere. I mean, there's no market there.
Oh, yeah.
But there's definitely shops, so you can buy swim trunks. There's clothing, swimming stuff, knickknack stuff. There's a pharmacy in there. Make sure you don't forget your sunscreen or Tylenol or bars of soap
Yes,
or
shampoo,
shampoos or
lotion.
toothbrush or toothpaste, any of that stuff. Because to give you an example, sunscreen ranged from $20 to $60. A bar of soap was $5. There was a spray I wanted. It was a nasal spray for my sinuses. It's a saline spray they get for like $3 over here. I want to say it was like $20 over there. I think they kind of, I don't know if it's throughout the country that this stuff isn't made there or something. It was just super freaking expensive. And it wasn't just here. Other resorts were also expensive, about the same price. Mm-hmm. So just bring enough soap bars. Because the showers here, they don't, Lopesan, it's liquid soap. You will not get a soap bar. I'm a soap bar person. And so needless to say, I didn't buy one for $5 because it was printable. Yeah. So I used liquid soap the whole time, which is not even good because you're sweating all day over there.
But we did buy the sunblock because you have no choice.
Yeah, we brought sunblock and some other thing for sun.
We tried not to, remember, and the first day we got so burnt that we had to not only buy the sunblock, we had to buy the aloe gel after as well.
Yeah. So, but then also you have the theater that's outside. I don't know, like an amphitheater. I don't know what to call it. And they had music there, and then it rained, and they still played music while it rained. We danced in the rain. It was beautiful. That was fun. The casino there is very sad. There's nobody in there. Not that it's not nice. I think it's just there was nobody there, and there's people working in there.
I think their limits are too high. I wanted him to play
It might have been a miscommunication.
some table thing. Well, they said the minimum was $20, which to me I wanted to play like $5, but who knows?
Yeah. So one of the tables that just said, "Hey, what's the minimum?" I think she said $20 or $25. But again, nobody knows English over here. So maybe that's the max. I don't know. So either way, we're not real big gamblers. So we just went in there. She used the restroom, and then we walked around it. And then she got in trouble for using the video camera in there.
Yes.
So don't use the camera in there. And it wasn't even a video camera. She was recording on her phone, and she didn't let her. But they have blackjack, they had a bunch of tables, and they had some slot machines. Very clean, very nice. It was just nobody was in there. The club, it looked very nice. So nobody really in there. They had a event there that was like their nighttime show, which we didn't catch. We weren't able to catch any theater show in the theater, so we don't know what that even looks like. But they did have like a circus thing inside of the club, and there was like no seating in there. Nobody knew where to sit, and it was poorly organized. It wasn't great.
It was a C grade. Yeah.
First thing I do when we get there is bolt right out to go see the beach, right? Most beautiful beach I've ever seen. Is there sarcasm there? If you don't know what that means, it's not sexual. It is, it's a form of seaweed. It is not as bad as like California seaweed where it looks like
Slimy.
yeah, like gross, like Ninja Turtle seaweed. This one's more like you know what it is? It's like grapes.
Yeah.
Grapevine, where the grapes are all attached to on the vine of the grapes, I guess. And that's what it looks like, just floating around in the water. It's still gross.
It feels like that too. It's not slimy like ours in SoCal. Like ours is like a slimy plant. Theirs is more exactly how you said, the grapevine. So it's like brittle, kind of pokey.
Yeah. So it's not slimy at all. It is a nuisance. They do clean it at Lopesan. There was a little bit there, but somebody comes by and they clean it. There's a net out in the beach, so we should have probably had one talking about just the beach, but we don't. But the beach is just beautiful, white sand, blue turquoise water. Mm-hmm. I have never seen anything so beautiful. But we have not been in Europe yet. We'll be there soon, so check back for that.
Yeah, even the what we call them palapas. We don't know what they're called, but the umbrellas. They weren't your stale umbrellas. They were the ones, it looked like straw huts umbrellas.
Oh, yeah. So you felt like you're on vacation.
Yeah, the color between the natural hut, the white sand, and the turquoise water. Oh, it was stunning. It really was.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I'm showing you right now. I'll be playing videos throughout this review. So beautiful. People are talking about the boats. You can see the boats in the video that I'm showing you. They were there, but it's not like they're running into you. I didn't feel unsafe for it. We smell the fuel. There was some reviews saying that you could smell the fuel, and I hated it because of the boats. It wasn't a big deal.
No, you noticed, I wish they weren't there, because when you're trying to take a photo of yourself, with the ocean in the background, you really can't, because you have there's a lot of boats. There's probably 20 boats?
There's probably more, but it's not like they're gross boats.
No.
Like, ew, I don't want to have this boat in my picture. They're decent boats. It's just, it's not. It was just like a parking lot of boats.
Yes, a parking lot, and then when they would take off is when you can smell the fuel that was burning. It was inconvenient, but it wasn't a deal breaker.
Yeah. So there's more I could talk about the beach and about the areas, but just so you know, also to the left of the beach was a condominium complex, and it was not very well taken care of, and that's where all the salespeople were to come try to sell you right when you get on the beach. They're like, hey, do you want to go do the boogie? And I think that was like
Yes, the movie.
some cenote and some quad or 4x4 ride or something like that. Yeah. So they come and they try to sell you that stuff. And if you want to do it, cool. But there you could see all the seaweed sargassum stuff is just piled up on that side. Nobody takes care of it. And then to the right of you is the like a shop area. Mm-hmm. So next to it, you have all the little shops. They're really pushy, but I didn't feel unsafe there. Only my wallet did, but nothing else.
Oye, malo. A la vuelta para que te
No, thank you. Because
I actually felt a little bit. So the pushy side is, yes, they're pushy. It's kind of, you're going into their territory where they're selling you stuff. So to me, it was kind of expected. The ones I did not like and felt a little unsafe to me were the locals that were coming from the left side where the condominiums were, because they're just all huddled there. There's a security guard trying to keep them on their side. Like, you will see a security guard standing there at all hours of the day, but they don't care that much, and they will kind of not hunt you down, but they will chase you along the beach and be, hey, to sell you the tours or the braids, for you to get braided. And my husband did make a comment that he did not want me walking out there in the dark because that was there. They weren't rude or anything like that. It was just not something I expected to happen while we were on the beach.
there's a coffee shop, which I thought was super cool. We had our own experience in that. And then the main lobby bar area, which that's when you right when you walk in, and then you look, it's a big old high ceiling area, and then you go down to the bar lobby. There is no air conditioning in there, and that's probably gonna be a good segue into food.
Oh yeah.
But there is no freaking air conditioning, which is so freaking weird because it's like 90 degrees with 100% humidity. And like people were chilling right there, and it's just like, where are you guys from? Like, how is this okay?
Even the Florida, we've been to Florida when it's humid. Florida's humidity has nothing on the DR's humidity. Nothing.
From what we've experienced, we haven't been there all year, so if somebody from Florida sees this and you guys want to win the trophy on it, you could. I don't know. Just for us, we're from Southern California. It's dry heat out here, so it could be 115, and it doesn't feel as hot as over there. I mean, we'll feel like an oven.
Yeah.
Over there was just, it was different, and it's just weird because there's a bar, and by the way, you could have coffee at all these bars. They have like a espresso maker there, and so I got a cappuccino one day, and then I'm just right there in the lobby trying to drink it, and it's just like, because I don't want to go all the way to the cafe that was on the Boulevard.
It's far.
And I'm just sweating, and I'm inside. I don't understand, and it's not open to the elements. There's doors right there. There's definitely an air conditioner that's not being used there, and that's actually some reviewers said that why aren't they turning on the air conditioning in some of the restaurants, in the lobby, in a lot of places. The air conditioning was a big issue there.
We definitely needed air. And for my big girls, real quick, take yourself something for chub rub. You want spandex, latex, no cotton, absolutely no denim, because everything sticks to you. I would say after you get out of the hotel room, if you straighten your hair, it'll poof up. I didn't even attempt to because I knew it was futile to do it. But you are soaking wet maybe within 10 minutes tops because it's so humid. So just be aware of that when you're packing. Don't take cotton and denim. Take moisture wicking, thin linen. Linen will be your friend.
Moisture wicking everything, and everything that's just very light clothing. Even t-shirts feel gross there. So I ended up buying some like Hawaiian looking shirt at one of the shops that was very light, and you don't even wear nothing under. You just keep it open the whole time because it's freaking, it's hot. no air conditioning. Where the people lying in the reviews, they were not lying. It was freaking hot inside. Beautiful pools. The infinity pool, everybody says it's the best. It is super freaking nice. I don't think I've seen a nicer pool. There's tons of bars everywhere. There's just not one in that pool. You come out, you go towards the lobby area, like towards the front of the, how would you say that? So once you leave that main pool, you have other pools, and you had one on each side, which are smaller pools. One's a unique one, I think, and one's I don't know if the other one's a regular pool.
Adult only.
And then you have an adult only that's all the way in the back. It was too small, and there was just no shade at all.
Yeah, I think we kind of gravitated more towards, in the beginning, we gravitated more towards the unique pool because it was smaller, less people, and we found some shade. And then there's one right across from it that was extremely quiet. There was 2 people. Well, nobody was even in the pool. They were just on the loungers. There was some shade there as well. Towards the end of the trip, we knew we had to get into the infinity pool because it was so beautiful.
Yeah. So pools are nice. And so amenities, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. And the 1 point is because everything is so far to get to.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because I felt like it had everything. The distance, yeah, it's a big deal. I just thought their amenities were fantastic.
Good segue into the food. So food, a lot of people that we read had a lot of issues of getting sick from eating at the buffets or wherever at Lopesan. And a lot of buffets get, am I saying that right? Buffets? A lot of buffets get that bad rap because everybody's touching everything and you have all these kids touching everything. But one thing that somebody did say was, and this is why we only did 3 to 4 days out of the 10 days that were there, because they said that the buffets were hot and there was no air conditioning there. Like, no way. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way. Like, that is like, we're in the Dominican Republic. Yeah. Beautiful place. But I don't think anything's like inspected like United States is inspected.
And all the reviewers, the ones that you could tell get paid to go there, they were all raving about it. Oh, everything's great. So honestly, we thought the bad reviews were lying almost. Like there's no way it could be when you have all these reviewers saying fabulous.
Or it was a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe they happened to get sick or something like that.
So we expected, okay food, nothing to write home about. We expected the middle of the pack. And I don't think we got that with the health. How would you say that?
I don't know. There's no health inspector, that's for sure. So let me tell you. So first thing I do when we get there is bolt right out to go see the beach, right? Is your unique side. So that was the first thing I went to is let's go see what kind of food that we can get. Let's get some food right now. And we did get to the buffet and it's indoor, outdoor. So the buffet food is indoor. You sit outdoor, which is nice and beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
You can see the beach from it and everything. Well worth it. But then I go inside the double door and you imagine there's going to be like a fan to blow the fan to blow the flies out. And then you're getting in there and it's like, whoa, it's cold. No air conditioning inside the buffet area where the food was. And I'm talking, there's sushi in there. There's
ceviche.
Yeah, there's seafood, perishables. There's meat. There is milk product, which is like perishable stuff, and it was I was taken aback. If that's how would you say it? I was very shocked that they were not lying on the review, because who in the right mind would do this and not think people are going to get sick? So
I think the reviews, in retrospect, the reviews that were left, I thought they were a lot nicer than what should have been said about the buffets and the temperature and what was out there. We went into it knowing what we were not going to eat. The moment we felt that temperature, I think we looked at each other like, oh my gosh, it's real. It's true what they're saying. So we knew hands off anything that was supposed to ever maintain itself being cold, we did not touch because we did not want to get sick. And one time, I don't know if it was from somebody drinking too much or what it was, but we saw vomit on the floor and we would hear about people getting sick. So I don't know if they ate from the buffets or they just drank too much. I don't know.
I did see a little girl barf, but I looked away. That was gross. So I don't know what she ate. But she could have just been running around. Either way, somebody got sick.
Somebody, for sure.
I'm not trying to slander anybody. We're not Lopesan haters. We're just telling you how it is. It was freaking hot in there. I kid you not. It had to have been 90 degrees and the food was just sitting in there. Mm-hmm. Did I eat there? Yeah, I did.
The hot stuff.
The hot stuff. So did I get sick? No, but I was very cautious on what I ate. She was cautious when she ate. The mango was bomb.
Oh my gosh.
Mango doesn't have to be cold. It's on a tree outside. Mango was good. Little stuff like that was really good. They had like little skillet meals there in the morning, and those were delicious. Potatoes and egg and stuff like that. Really, really good breakfast that didn't need to be cold. I didn't think I was going to get sick. I don't know who gets sick. You can't get sick from potatoes, I don't think.
Yeah. So part of the food that we noticed as well was they had a grill area and they had different fish, chicken, and meat.
But there's a bunch of meat trays there with meat. And it's just chilling. It's not outside, like it's not open. It's like clam things. And it's just, are these supposed to not be at some sort of temperature? Or can you have them out this long? I don't know. There was pork, there was shrimp, there was beef, there was chicken. There was some other stuff that I don't know what it was. I made sure I asked for beef, which is res, because in Spanish, res, R-E-S. Maybe there's another S, I don't know. But because you hardly get sick from that. So I don't know what they're thinking. I ate some anyways. She ate some anyways.
But we asked for it very well done. Even though we're medium rare people, we weren't messing around. We said, very well done, please.
And it wasn't that good anyways.
No. Oh, for those that don't know Spanish, you want to ask for bien cocido. That means like really cooked. Okay.
Yeah, get it cooked well. And then there's also like no pattern or no like, hey, do this, do that, whatever. But
no instructions of how to go about the system, so we kind of had to stand there and guess.
I don't even know if there was a system. Then we'll go into that later into service. There was pastries there. Pastries were delicious. I ate some that were like cream. I took a chance. I didn't get sick. We're still talking about food, so that was just the unique buffet. So if you don't have unique buffet, you have nothing to worry about, because the regular people buffet, there's two in the same building. One side's adults only, one side's for everybody, and it's air conditioned. I went there once. It's air conditioned, but there's a lot of people in there. I like the unique one because it was like 5 people max, so you felt like you're in first class, but without air conditioning. Over there, you had a lot of people, air conditioning, a lot more food assortments. Like at the unique one, there's no pancakes, no waffles, no French toast. Over here, had everything. Was it good? Nah, I didn't think so.
Unique had a better quality. Even the bananas. If you're going to eat bananas and you have Unique, oh my gosh, get them at Unique. I had those every single day. They're fabulous. They had more options at the other one with AC, he says. The quality was way under the
you went there
Unique.
with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their juices weren't good, and you think they would be good because you're in another country and they say that everybody's fruit's better than ours. The fruit drinks weren't that great. I didn't care for it. I think I left a lot of the food there. I tasted it and I was like, this isn't good.
No, we even went and we got plates of food and everything was so less than mediocre that we actually went back to the Unique buffet to try to eat.
Yeah, so those buffets, again, air conditioned, but there were so many people that if you ain't gonna get sick from food that isn't cold, you're gonna get sick from people touching everything over here. All right, the restaurants. The restaurant, there's maybe two that were decent out of the ones that we went to. And we didn't get to go to all of them. I'll just say you have to book them before you go, and you can do it 3 days in advance. I couldn't get into some of them because they're already booked.
What he's saying before you go, he doesn't mean before you go to the resort, before you go to the restaurant, because you could only book them once you have your room number and you have the app. Then you could start your bookings.
Yeah. So before we even got to our room, I was trying to book them already. So try to do that right when you get your room number. Start booking your dinners, because you won't get, they're like all booked by the nighttime. They do walk-ins, I think, at some of them, but good luck. It's a bad system.
Yeah.
But these are like mini restaurants. They're not huge restaurants. There's not a lot of seating. There was one called Asador. It was like a steakhouse. Delicious.
Very good.
Very good. I'm not talking like Fleming's or Morton's or Ruth Chris or anything like that, but it was maybe from eating all the meat that we had there. It seemed like it was good, but I thought it was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah, they had wine there as well, but that was not included in the all inclusive.
How we got that reservation? We tried to get it on our own, but
No, it wasn't Asador. That one I was able to.
wasn't that
It was
one?
the other one, the unique one. So then there's another restaurant. There was the unique restaurant, unique only restaurant, Maderas, I think it's called. And that one I had slipped a 20 to our concierge. It might have been 10, and I hit him up because you gotta grease the wheels. So I recommend that. And he gave me his WhatsApp number. He's like, hit me up, whatever you need. So I hit him up and I said, hey, bro, I can't get this booked, and this is the place I want to go. He goes, all right, let me see what I could do. Boom, he hooked it up. We actually had 2 reservations for the same day. One was at the Teppanyaki, which was delicious. We're grading on a curve here for the food.
it was good.
It was good.
Wow.
It was good. It was really good. And then after the teppanyaki, like an hour later, we had reservations at this other place. So we ate 2 dinners. We're on vacation. What are you going to do? And teppanyaki was better than the unique restaurant. That one, it was we had like the risotto or whatever. It was okay. I wouldn't have done it again. We'll tell you that Italian place. I got ravioli, and I think it came out of a can. And I don't want to talk trash. I'm just gonna say,
Don't go there. That's
Yeah.
it. Just don't go there.
what else? There's a 24-hour restaurant called like the Valley or something like that. It's like right there in the front by the lobby. Service was poor, but there's air conditioning. There's a pool table in there, and there's something else in there, and then there's a decent amount. It's like sitting at a Denny's. No pancakes or anything like that, but you're at the Denny's. They had like barbecue stuff, burgers, and things like that. American food. It was okay. We only went there once. I wouldn't go back there again.
Yeah, but the reason why we didn't go back, because it was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. We didn't go back because they made us wait.
And that's a good segue to get into service. So let's go ahead and rate food. I rate it 6 out of 10, and I think that's being nice.
Are we talking about overall restaurants and everything?
Everything.
I'll give you a 6. No, I'm lying. It has to be a 5. 5 out of 10.
All right, so that's a good segue into service. I wouldn't even think service would have to be an item to talk about, but there's such a contrast between the service that you get at a Lopesan, which is not backed by I think a big hotel chain.
Yeah.
After Lopesan, we stood at the Hyatt Zilara, which is the adult only Hyatt. And we'll make another review about that one. But the service, to compare the service at, say, the Hyatt to the service at Lopesan, it was there's issues, definitely issues. The service there, it seems like nobody gets trained. It's just like, hey, you want a job? Throw you in there. They kind of don't even know what they're doing. Nobody really acknowledges you as much. And people said, oh, when you're unique, they acknowledge you more. I didn't feel that was the case. And if people got acknowledged less than us, then,
like, dang.
then that's real bad.
Yeah.
So I want to say that the service, it was poor service everywhere we went. There was a couple people that were good to us. And those were stars. I think they're stars of this place. And I think one was, he was at the asador, our waiter, and I forget his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I think there was two. For me, it was the gentleman at the asador, the restaurant.
Yeah.
Who we tipped handsomely because he was fabulous. And then a bartender, we were only ordering what we call agua con gas, seltzer water. But that bartender, she was so wonderful. So out of the entire stay, I'm lying. Our concierge was great too.
Yeah.
Out of the entire stay, imagine how many workers we came across in the restaurants, in the activities, in the lobby, the stores. And for us to only say 3 of them were good and the rest of them, it wasn't even that they were okay. They were pretty bad. Pretty bad. And in the reviews too, sometimes they said something to the effect of the workers getting upset when you don't tip them, or the workers being upset that you don't tip them what they believe they should be getting. It was very noticeable that they wanted the tips and would be upset if you did not tip or tip less than what they thought. And in an all-inclusive resort, we kind of had the expectation that we'd get good customer service and we would tip as a bonus too, not having the service people kind of with their hand out before even doing anything and getting upset if you didn't give it to them.
Yeah, and I have the guy's name here. His name is Alvis Reyes. He was at the Mareas restaurant. Really good service. But to get into it, like, there's just no protocol. There's no flow of really anything there. And I think one of the reviewers are like, oh, maybe because it's so new, they haven't really got their rhythm down or anything like that. There's just no rhythm there. Like in the buffet lines, or like when you're getting the meat, or when you even get there, there's no sign like, hey, Unique's over here. They're just letting you wander around and try to ask somebody, and then they don't even speak English. There's very little English spoken at this place.
Which is okay because we're going to their country, which is mainly Spanish. One thing, he sees it a little different than I do, but other ones.
So it's just throughout the whole resort, most people there, they just don't know English. They ask you for your room number. You give it to them in English. They don't even know what that is. Then you give it to them in Spanish, and then they don't even know what that is. So either way, service, I had 8 out of 10 here. But I think I'm going to go 6 out of 10 after talking about it.
I think I would give it the same and try to give the benefit of the doubt that maybe there was some miscommunication, even though I don't think there was. Just because those other 3 employees, they were stellar. So they kind of helped the curve.
Yeah, and again, we don't want to, this is service. So I don't think, it's just you didn't see nobody in charge. There wasn't like managers or... I don't think there was, and if they were, I didn't see them around really. So
you could tell that they weren't under the umbrella of a larger chain that had structure and training, protocols, how to treat the
or standards.
Yeah,
they didn't really have any standards.
Yeah.
So, all right. So conclusion. So we'll break it down. If I would recommend anybody to go there, and if I would go back. For me, there's a caveat, so it depends on how much it costs. Do I want to go back there? I would still go back there. I think the mold is a real deal breaker for her, but she could talk about that. For me, it's not. But knowing what's out there, if it's sub $300 a night for both of us, and I'm talking if it's like $250 or less, which I don't think that's the cost, or if it's on sale for like $250 or less, I would definitely go back again because the beach is beautiful. The food, it's good enough to get by. I mean, we're not. It depends on how much of a food. I think I'm a foodie, but I'm a vacationer. Like, I want to be on vacation. Like, I want to be on the beach in that blue water and having some coffee. And the coffee there was good enough for me. It had enough things there for me. So if it was $250 or less, I would go. Would I recommend anybody going? I would. Dang it! It's not black or white for me.
See?
It's not black or white for me.
Okay, let me go then. What do you think about it? So, would I go back there again? He's very right when he's talking about the mold issue for me, because the whole time I kept thinking we're gonna come back with mold growing somewhere inside of us. Would I go back if it was between no vacation or going there? I would go there if it was cheap and if we did the unique, because the food was good enough to barely get by, and that's with the unique food. The regular food, I couldn't do it. So I'd have to, I don't know how I'd be able to look up to see which room would probably smell less like mold and get the unique. And again, if it's between no vacation or that, I would gladly take that. Would I recommend anybody to go? I would not. I would not tell somebody, go here, you'll have a great time, or I recommend going here. I wouldn't. I'm saying I would go back if it was between no vacation and that.
Okay, if it was black and white and somebody said, do you recommend me going? I'm going to say no. And that's just because they're going to get sick, and then they're going to be like, why'd you tell me to go? You said you recommend it, and you even said you liked eating at the unique place, but it's hot food in the hot area. So it's hard to say, but black and white, no, I wouldn't recommend it. Would I go back? It's not black and white either, but yes, I would go back. In comparison to others, probably not. But if she said, hey, you want to go to Lopesan?
Or nothing.
Like, let's go.
Yeah, but I would definitely check other places first. That would be last resort, I'm being honest.
All right, kicker. When I'm at work, I want to be there. So.
Well, you rather be home than work.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, I'd rather go.
Anywhere other than work is good.
All right, well, if you thought this was helpful, go ahead and give us a like. It'll help. I think everybody says the algorithm, and so that way you can get out there and people can know and they don't get sick. You don't want nobody to get sick. So whoever doesn't want anybody else to get sick, if you're a nice person, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to see more of our travels, go ahead and hit subscribe. So when we put it out there, you guys are notified also with the bell. Because we are going to do one for the Hyatt Zalara. And then we have some Hawaii stuff that Anita's probably going to do. And then we're going to be taking some trips out to Mexico. And we're also going to be taking some trips out to Europe. So we will definitely be giving you our honest review. Nobody's paying us to do it. Obviously, this doesn't look like a studio, does it?
But please bless us with your likes and give us some questions that you guys might have. We're new to this, if you can't tell. And honestly, we love traveling, and we wish we had a channel that we can rely on that would give us true, unbiased reviews without being paid to lie. So...
yeah, and we might be doing some cruise ones too. We cruise a lot. So that's it. So we appreciate you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.